Welcome to Well, That Just Happened. I'm your host, Cody Spence.
And I'm your co-host, Mark Hawk.
This is a podcast about, well, do you want to tell them, Mark?
Yeah, so this is a podcast that takes a look at news stories from around the world.
Some that shock us, some that have us asking what just happened, and some that we just found interesting.
So if you like the show, please subscribe and leave a review.
We're on YouTube and any other podcast platform.
And with that being said, all that's left is, let's see what's happening this season.
Okay, so for this episode, let's kind of stick with my theme that I was putting together for the season. If you haven't realized yet, the theme for this season for me is stories that have to do with the car. So if you're thinking about, you get pulled over and you're like, how am I gonna get out of this ticket? What would you do? What would you try?
Like a health issue?
Like what, a heart attack?
I don't know. Maybe an anxiety attack? I don't know.
Yeah.
Something.
I guess that makes sense. If you're getting pulled over, just be like, oh, I'm really worked up.
Yeah, but they might take that the wrong way. There's two ways to get worked up. You gotta specify in those situations.
Yeah. What about calling in a fake shooting?
No.
Well, we had somebody that did that. So the fake shooting story, it was on July 9th after getting pulled over outside a Walmart in a suburban Cleveland area. The motorist, it was just a routine traffic stop. It was like just speeding or whatever. And they ended up pulling over into Walmart's parking lot. Well, it was Muhammad Kabar. He was 34 and he was driving. And when he got pulled over, he had a suspended license already. So what he ended up doing was when the cop had him pulled over, he called in a police shooting because he had expired plates on his vehicle and he also had a 2-year-old in the car, and he wasn't in a safety seat.
Oh man, you're just asking for trouble.
Yeah, so there's a whole checklist that this individual has done wrong. So in the article says, in a misguided effort to avoid a series of traffic citations, Kabar called in a fake 911 call of a male being shot on a street nearby the Walmart. Instead of the police dispatcher was able to ping the car to 911, because when you call 911, they have your location and all your information. Yeah. Kabar was then arrested for making false alarms. He was arraigned Tuesday in South Lucid Municipal Court on a misdemeanor count. Kabar has also been charged with multiple traffic law violations. So he did not succeed in getting away from his traffic violations and tacked on more stuff. Dude,
see, this is what I don't get. Why do people with kids in the car
do dumb stuff?
Yeah, and put the kid in danger. But then a lot of these stories that we've read, a lot of the charges don't include endangering the welfare of a minor or whatever. You know, I don't get it.
Yeah, which is weird because, like, in that story alone, that one. I mean, the kid's not in a safety seat, so right there you are endangering the child. Because even, I mean, he can get a fender bender or, you know, get rear-ended into the Walmart parking lot. I don't know about you, but I've had random shopping carts get thrown, like, and hit my car in the parking lot, or somebody backed into me before.
Yeah, I've gotten hit in the parking lot, and, yeah, I mean, I guess, like, I let my kids out of a safety seat a little early, like 8 years old, you know, whatever, but what did you say? The kid was 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't do that.
No. I think I want to say it's all weight and height on when they're, like, when they can go from the, you know, like a car seat down to a booster seat down to nothing.
So what if they're 2, but they're a big, chunky kid?
You can put that little marshmallow in the front seat if you wanted to.
All right.
The next one that I had, so we've all seen videos of somebody doing something crazy with a firework. What's the craziest one you've ever seen?
Just shooting a bottle rocket out of your butt.
Damn it. That's pretty much what the story is.
Oh.
Except it's from his front butt.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he shot it out from his groin.
Like, put it in his pee hole?
No, but wow, you seem very, very astonished about that.
Well, I'm just saying, you said from the front.
I said the front butt. In my mind, I was thinking, because he has to close his legs, it's gonna look like two butt cheeks underneath. The
Oh, okay.
sack.
Oh, well, I didn't know. You say shooting out front. I'm like, that's just nuts. You don't put anything in your pee hole, let alone a firework.
Oh, I think of it splintering out.
Oh,
And then
man.
launching up. Nope, I'm done.
Oh, no.
Let's talk about something happier. A Pennsylvania man was severely injured after trying to launch a firework from his groin on July 4th this year. And the police were called at 10:30 p.m. Sunday to assist with an ambulance called for a firework-related injury with heavy bleeding at home in the Subbit.
Oh, heavy bleeding?
Yeah. There was a large gathering at the home. They had aerial fireworks, which I believe are still illegal in PA.
I don't know. I think it depends.
Maybe on the grade or something.
Yeah, what kind it is and all that.
But it was Antonio Gianelli. He was inside the house and suffered injuries and burns after he attempted to launch a rocket from his groin. Police said he was 37 years old. He had to actually go by medical helicopter to get looked at the hospital.
Oh, man. Well, at least he had pants on. I mean, if he really tried to launch it from his pee hole, it would have been so much worse.
He ended up suffering like burns and stuff like that. He caught his pews on fire.
Oh, man. I couldn't imagine that.
Nope. But with that one,
I've heard of manscaping, but that's a painful way to do it.
Yeah, you're damn right. So another story that I have is that could have ended bad. So another story that I have is we've all seen, or I guess we've all heard of, because they do it in TV shows and movies a lot, of I'm gonna call off and then I'm gonna run into my boss at the big football game or something like that. What do you think the worst thing that's gonna happen when that happens?
Oh, I mean, you're gonna get fired for sure. But, I don't know though. Maybe not fired, just yelled at or said, "I'll see you in my office tomorrow" or something.
And then you walk in, how about them Knicks? So the story that I have is from the UK, actually, and a woman who pulled a sickie for a Wembley semifinal was fired because she was seen on TV.
But the thing is, they're all about their soccer over there.
Yeah, they are, but also at the same time, she called in. Let me just get her name right. I've read this story multiple times. Nina Faruqi. All right, she was 37, and she worked for. It doesn't say. Anyway, so what had happened is her friend ended up winning last minute tickets to go to the finale. So she ended up calling in sick, and when she did, she goes to the soccer game with her friend, and they have that. I don't even know what the hell not the kiss cam, but the thing where they just randomly show people in the audience.
Oh, like on the jumbotron.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was on the jumbotron where the video went. Well, CNN or the BBC or whatever their newscasting program is over there. Well, they ended up they had it live streamed onto their website and onto all their social media platforms, that jumbotron.
Oh.
So everybody who worked at the company that was watching it all saw her, who played hooky that day, said they were sick. So every employee saw this individual up there. And if you're that woman's boss, do you not instantly go, son of a bitch?
I get that, but I mean, I've personally done it, called off to go to a game.
Yeah.
I mean,
we also, it didn't say what she did. If she was I don't know, higher up or whatever. Maybe there's some important staff meeting that she was supposed to have that day about some project or something, and she's just nah, I'm out.
I mean, I would do that for a game. If it's my team, you got to be there to support your team. Yeah. I get work is work, but I mean, unless you got about really poor attendance, you should not get fired for a one-time offense going to a game.
I guess it's been really hard for her to get a job since she got fired.
Wow.
I mean, it was national news over there.
Jeez. So they're really gonna hold it against her for missing one day at work to go.
We don't know the track record though. She could have been a shit employee.
I still don't. I don't know.
She could have been one of those employees you're just like, give me a reason.
It could be.
But I'd imagine now that she probably wouldn't be having a hard time finding work, considering that everywhere's dying to get people in. That's why they're offering sign-on bonuses everywhere. It treats you like an NBA draft.
Oh, pretty much.
Join McDonald's, we give you $500. Join Taco Bell, you get $1,000.
There's a few places.
I know one place that if you go, they're giving you a $5,000 signing-on bonus.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
It would be, but I mean, starting over somewhere is no easy, and you got to think when you're getting offered that much to start somewhere, what's the catch?
Yeah. Because
obviously they're offering you that much money for a reason. It might not be the greatest place to work.
Yeah. Yeah. There's grass isn't always green on the other side, as they say.
Yes, very true.
So I think the last one that I have. I know you and I have actually talked about this one. Because before recently, you weren't on TikTok, and now that you have, because of the show, you've actually kind of seen what's out there.
Oh.
So I know we've talked about it. This throuple before.
Yeah, the couple with the added addition.
So, a woman claims she lets her husband play with her mom, leaving people stunned on TikTok. A woman was shocked TikTok users by claiming that she lets her mom and husband get down and dirty. They played a hanky-panky, the skin flute.
I mean, what if he's like nympho and needs it all the time, and she can't do it that often? And, like, say her dad died and the mom's alone, and she's just helping her mom out.
I don't know.
And but in this case, like, the mom looks good. Like, if I'm that husband, I'm down to do both.
Yeah, well, I actually came across another video. There's just today or yesterday when I was scrolling through the For You page. But the user is at MillySellers411. So the video is just a simple. She says, "You know how I make my marriage work? I let my husband play with my mom," and then he goes over and gives the wife a kiss and gives the mom a kiss. And essentially, the same video as what I saw today was. They were both standing. The women were standing in the kitchen. He's like, "All right, hon, I'm gonna go to the gym," and he goes in, gives the mom a kiss, takes another couple steps, and then she's like, "What about mama?" And then he turns around and gives her a kiss, and then he leaves. And I feel weird about the "what about mama" thing.
Yeah, well, and I don't know. Like, I would hope that it's just they play separate and there's no threesome going on there. I mean, for the guy, it's whatever, but for the mom and daughter, that's a little out there.
Yeah. But then again, I mean, I know we would like to think that, but it more than likely, and now this could come out of complete ignorance, but I would imagine that if you were going to be inside of that relationship and in those moments, I mean, things are going to get tied up or caught up. Like,
I don't know. You'd hope at least, like, opposite ends. Like
there has to be some guidelines. Like, hey, you're nah.
I mean, for the guy, you don't care.
Yeah.
But for the women, you would think that they wouldn't want any kind of physical contact there.
I think not only would the weirdest thing in my mind be like if they were to touch each other or do something. I feel like if they make any kind of eye contact.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like
that I believe would get very strange in that situation. Okay. All right, we might have to touch more on that in the wrap up.
Okay.
So, we've talked about men and how they like to, do some messed up stuff. And I thought I'd have a theme this week where I want to talk about a crazy woman since I had that crazy man before.
Oh, you mean the
redneck with the quotes.
Yeah. Would you even call that person? Was that a serial killer? I don't remember how many people.
I mean, kind of, because I think they killed I want to
Three or
say
four?
5.
5?
Yeah,
I
4
just
prostitutes and one poor fisherman who just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
I just remember him being upset that he didn't get the person that he wanted.
Yeah. There. Now this one is a little different because they only killed one person, but the way they went about it is a little different. So we'll just
exciting.
dive right into it. All right. So an Indiana woman accused of killing her husband and mutilating his corpse. So, LaPorte County woman is accused of killing her husband, dismembering his body, and putting it in a tote with help from her minor children.
Oh no.
Yeah,
No.
it would be understandable until you involve the kids.
Do we find out the kid's age?
No. I mean, when they're minors, they don't.
I mean, and minor could be anything under the age of 18, but I'm hoping it's not like a 6-year-old.
I mean,
It's one of
there's
the
a couple things I questioned in this story. Like, I actually looked for the guy's height and weight and all that because
Mickey Mouse.
We'll get to this story and then you'll wonder the same.
All right, I'll shut up.
All right. So, Thessalonica Allen, I know, weird name, has been charged with murder, 2 counts of contributing to the delinquency of minors, abuse of a corpse, altering the scene of death, interfering with reporting a crime, and 2 counts of neglect of a dependent. A lot of charges.
It is.
So,
but that last one doesn't even make it sound bad.
So
I mean, it ain't been bad, but again, shut up.
her husband, Randy Allen, was killed Sunday, and she was charged by Monday. So, her ex said she asked him to come to the house because her current husband was harming her and their son that they have together. When he got there, she showed him her current husband's body. She asked him for help moving the body, and the ex refused and asked her to take him back to Michigan. So, during the drive, she told him she had to kill him because he was beating her and the kids. When she dropped him off, she threw a gun out the window, and he kept it, according to police reports. He then called 911. LaPorte police searched for her, then found her outside a hardware store. When they approached her and identified themselves, she cried, saying, "You don't understand. He beats me." During being interviewed, she confessed to shooting him after an argument that got physical. She said she came home, and the kids said that Randy had beat them. Then they argued. He grabbed her by the neck. She said she walked away, but when he started coming back towards her, she shot him. She told police his body was in the daughter's closet. Now, it's one thing to kill your spouse, but to put it in your kid's room, the body, is beyond me.
Did the kids sleep in that room that night?
See, I was wondering that. It didn't really say.
How messed up would that be?
I'm telling you, dude, it gets better.
Like, I'm just imagining the kids sleeping, laying down to go to bed at night, and Daddy comes popping out of the closet.
So, in a second interview, she admitting to cutting his legs off with an axe because he didn't fit in the tote.
That's not
But
bodies.
in an interview with the kids, they told police Randy was helping them with homework and saw a website their mom visited on the computer, and when she got home, he confronted her about it, and they went into the room to continue the argument. Then the kids heard a loud bang, ran to their mom's room. They saw Randy on the ground, asking them to call 911, and their mom told them not to call 911, but to rather go back to the rooms.
Do your homework.
But in the middle of the night, their mom woke them up to help drag the body, but it was too heavy.
No shit.
The next day, they saw their mom come home with an axe and cleaning supplies.
Oh my god.
Then she asked them to help her drag the body back into the bedroom. Then again, that night, she woke them again to help put his body in a tote.
These kids need sleep. Leave them alone.
And then the one kid said they saw his legs were cut off and put in a plastic bag. They said she planned to take the body to South Bend and set it on fire. They said the body was still too heavy to move. So that's the part I don't understand, how big this guy was. Because, too heavy to move. So she cut his legs off. Still too heavy to move. Like, how big was this guy?
I don't know.
Or how small were the children?
When you said put him in a plastic bag. Yeah, I thought like a sandwich bag, and I instantly went in my head, I was like, how the fuck's that work?
Yeah, it's just not working like that.
Little chicken legs.
Yeah. So yeah, she
I'm
planned to
assuming-
set him on fire, but the body was too heavy to move. So they also told police they only heard yelling, nothing physical. They said during the argument, Randy was gathering his things and leaving. The kids said they didn't see the gun on her, but that she usually has it in her purse. When the police executed a search warrant in the apartment, they found an axe, a knife, and a red substance in her bedroom. Randy's body was still in the kid's closet.
What the hell's in the tote?
Yeah, that was the body. It's in her
Does-
closet. It's
Oh,
still in the
okay.
kid's closet
Okay, so
because they could not move it. They actually tried to load the body in the car or the tote, and they couldn't because it's too heavy. Like they tried to drag it from the from the room to the car, but yeah, they couldn't.
hit that tote with a slip and slide.
Well, I'm just wondering, how old were these kids? And
I'm thinking young.
I'm thinking they had to be because they could not help her move this body.
Yeah.
And then she asked her ex for help, which is crazy. But here's this one, too. Several notes were found in the home as well.
Alright.
Oh, yeah. Note number 1. It's listed 1 through 5. Number 1. Get drugs from friend. Number 2. Get Ziploc bags. Number 3.
I was right.
When Randy is in shower, get pawn tickets out of wallet. Number 4.
What?
Put guns/drugs in car under seat while in car. Number 5. Call cops and tell them he has gun and drugs in car.
She's making a hit checklist.
Yeah, so basically, she was already planning to get rid of this guy in a different way before that argument happened. And, she's making notes on how to get this.
Do we know what the website was?
No, it doesn't say what the website is.
Why is all the good stuff not in these articles?
So the second note said, spray, it said explicative something in his face. And then hit him in the right knee with a hammer.
That's so specific.
Yeah, but it doesn't say, what she was going to spray in his face. It just said explicative, deletive, or whatever. So I'm thinking it said shit. I don't know. And then it says,
Piss?
I don't know. Number 2, hit him with the hammer, stab him. Number 3, roll body up in sheets and plastic bags.
I love the hit him with the hammer or stab him, whichever works.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you just got to get rid of
Let's
him
just read the situation.
one
We'll go
way
from there.
or the other. So, number 4, pick up Jay, no phones. Jay follows me to Laporte, put body in Lincoln with his boost phone, leave Jay's car here. Number
Sounds like a sponsored ad.
Yeah,
Yo,
that's-
use your boost phone.
Yeah.
Where you at?
5, take my keys and his car key off of a ring.
Okay, key ring. All right.
Yeah. And then there was a third note. I mean, this chick's making notes. Yeah, I mean, she's like Santa Claus. She's making a list and she's tacking it twice. So, third note says, go to South Bend. Jay followed me back to LaPorte, put body in Lincoln, drive to South Bend, leave body in car while running. Jay, bring me back to Laporte while doing this on Compt, doing ATI. I don't know what that means.
Comped.
Yeah, it's in quotations.
I-
And it says, when his body was found, the legs were cut off, and she attempted to cut off his left arm because that's where the bullet was. Like, when she shot him, it went in his left arm and got lodged, and he couldn't move and everything. So basically, she had him right there. Do whatever she wanted. There was nothing. he
Nah,
could
that's
do.
a slow death. That sucks.
Yeah. So, what do you think of this lady?
I want to know what this website was.
I would like to know, too.
I'm thinking it's like a swingers kind of thing, or not even swingers. Like maybe she was on like a dating site, or
I'm thinking it had to be something that was going to upset him that much that he was ready to just leave.
Or he found something that she's been researching online.
I mean, apparently, because she made detailed notes on how to get rid of him.
I imagine like a mad doctor is just sticky notes all over in the room. Like, no, that one doesn't work with that one.
But can you imagine getting the kids involved, trying to get rid of the body? Yeah. I mean, and then lying to the police, and then the kids sticking up and saying, no, man, the guy was trying to help us with our homework. Yeah. She's the one who went nuts.
I think it'd be really funny that the kid was just like, I failed that homework, by the way.
Yeah. I mean,
I believe she should be fined for that, too.
Yeah. But we'll touch more up on everything in the wrap-up.
Your Honor, I did not deserve that D in math!
In our weekly wrap-up, we discuss some of our personal opinions and ideas. So let's see what we thought this week.
Okay.
So the first thing I want to talk about in the wrap-up, I would like to give an applause to the wife who's letting her husband bang her mom. I mean...
Okay, here it is.
I love it.
I love the fact you had to clap, too.
I had to clap, too, because, I mean, her mom is hot. She's hot. I mean, that's a great thing for the guy. And I would love to be in his situation. I'm just saying.
Okay, Mark.
You seen him?
What'd you just say?
You seen the mother and
I
daughter.
thought you said you seen him.
No.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify. That's all I'm saying.
I don't care. I didn't even see what he looked like. I just saw the mother and daughter next to each other, and I'm like, that's a damn fine combo. Like, I would eat the mother just to see where the daughter came from.
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying. I like that situation. And
do you think it's real, though?
I don't know. Because that could really not even be her mother.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, though. If you're the guy, do you really care if your old lady's letting you kiss some other chick and just saying, this is my mom on a video, but you still get to kiss another chick? I mean,
see, the part that I'm kind of curious about is because I've noticed this a lot with a lot of TikTok videos that they'll come out and be like, oh, this is true. I think the new one that I see now going around is like the Pez dispenser.
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
I don't think.
No. Okay. So you know what Pez are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what they're saying is you take the Pez thing, you pull the head up, take your little package, put it into the bottom, then close it down, and it's supposed to rip off all the shit, like the wrapping, and you just push it out that way.
Oh man.
So that's going around like, I can't believe this is a thing. It was tested and it's not actually true.
Oh.
And there's a lot of things that are like that. Like
I used to love Pez back in the day.
Me too. I used to try to collect them.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a few Pez dispensers.
When you get those, like the novelty, like the Batman one, and Superman, whoever.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. But another one that I've seen a lot too is, like you take you got your syringe, like say you're gonna take medicine or whatever. You pull the syringe out, take your pill you're gonna put it inside there, and start filling it up with water or whatever. You pull that lid down and let go, and it snaps and crushes that pill right away and disintegrates it to where you're just shooting the stuff in your mouth.
Oh.
Instead of having to swallow the pill.
Okay. We used to just crush it up on a piece of paper back in the day, fold it up, and it's called parachute. You just put it in your mouth that way.
Different kind of pills, Mark.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about, like, I guess anybody snorts anything nowadays.
Yeah, I was talking about Vicodin and Percocet.
I was thinking of, Zoloft and Adderall and...
Yeah, I don't ever do that stuff. I don't know. I only did stuff that gave me a buzz. If it was just like stuff that you're supposed to take, I ain't for it.
All right.
Moving on.
That took a weird turn, didn't it?
Yes, it did. So, anything else you would like to touch up on the wrap up? Besides, thank God the guy didn't put the firework in his pee hole.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just crazy because someone just told me a story about someone they knew that tried to they had an obsession with sticking things in their pee hole, and that's why I thought that you were talking about this guy putting that in his pee hole, because someone had just told me a story about some guy liking to put stuff in his pee hole, and I thought that was very weird.
I don't get that, but that's a kink that's out there.
Yeah, they said it's like when you're about to climax and you shove something in your pee hole just when you're about to. I guess they said it was like amazing feeling to them.
That defeats the point.
That's what I kind
The
of
best
thought.
part about a climax as a male is when it comes out.
Yeah, that's what I said. Wouldn't you think
That'd be
ruin it?
That'd be like getting blue balls like permanently, and like kind of like if you're gonna shoot water out of the hose and you just bend the kink right there at the end. It's gonna build up and it's gonna be pressureful and it's gonna blow and then you're gonna be in pain.
That's what I kind of thought. So that's what I was just hoping you weren't going for.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would have been a whole different story.
Yeah, and I mean, as far as the guy getting pulled over and the whole, calling in the shooting scare and all that, yeah, you got to know that things are different nowadays, man. Them cell phones, they can track you everywhere you go. Like, people I know would call in the bomb threat at the school.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day. I mean, it happened quite a bit because it would just get you out of class for a while.
Got a big test coming up this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, so I guess with that one, that was more along the lines of just like, I can't believe. One of the things that I was taught as a young age, that if you ever call 911 and you're in a situation where you can't give out your address or whatever, you can't speak, they'll know where you're at. They'll GPS you. I was taught that young.
But that guy was foreign. His name was like Abdul whatever.
It was Muhammad.
Whatever.
He very well could have been an American citizen.
I'm not saying he wasn't.
He very well could have been born here in America, just with the name Muhammad.
We're not going to comment on that one. But
Pussy.
Alright, and then, last but not least, talk about the lady who killed her husband. There is so many different ways you could have went about that. And
I love the murder sticky note checklist. I don't care what you say. It's sticky notes in my mind.
oh, it Post-its.
Oh, absolutely.
Things to do. So
she gets done brushing her teeth at night and just checks off the little list. Like, now we're going to do this.
So, I mean, if you're going to do this, ladies, I'm not encouraging it, but be smart about it.
Do you think it was like a basic tote? I don't know why I'm really hung up on the totes.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, like,
kind of curious too, because
if
it's got to be one of them huge ones, because they said it was too heavy to move. I'm thinking the guy had to weigh 230, 240.
Yeah.
If you're talking a woman and small children can't move it, because you think if you had teenagers and there was like 2 or 3 kids, you think they'd be able to move 200 some pounds.
I still stand by a slip and slide. If they would have just got a slip and slide, they could have taken it anywhere.
I mean, I believe they were all under the age of 16 because of the charges that she got.
Yeah.
I don't think that they were older, but still, like, it's, I don't know. You just don't do that. Don't involve your kids. Like, if you're gonna murder your husband, you have friends. Or you should. Unless you're a total worthless bum. I'm just saying. You at least gotta have one friend out there.
You don't put kids in your murder plot.
Yeah, you don't do that. There's lots of things you don't do with kids.
Murder's one of them.
That's right.
Sex is the other.
Yes.
You don't.
You just don't put kids in bad situations.
And if you do, then it is...
Oh.
I did the booing button.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
As in, boo, you're a dirtbag.
Yeah, that's what I said. You don't do that. Like, I agreed with you. Like, calm down there.
Oh, okay.
Rumpelstiltskin. All right. Until next time.
What do you call me Rumpelstiltskin for?
I don't know. Something to do.
Later.
Well, that just happened. If you like what you heard, tune in next week to see what else we find. Also, please leave a review, a like, and subscribe.
If there's something you think is interesting and would like us to address, then reach out to the show and let us know.
We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, pretty much anywhere you want to reach us.
And with that being said, this concludes our episode of Well, That Just Happened.